All right, Kyle. It looks like this is going to be episode 2. We officially dropped episode 1. We're going to be following up on how things went for April on our first official month of the charity challenge, right? So 40K account, running with 4 strategies right now. Personally, I traded through April. Wasn't a ton of fun. Not going to lie to you.
And not the best month ever.
It's still a positive month, but I'd like to see something more meaningful, personal trading for me. But let's cover how the charity account, you'll walk us through how the charity account did for April. And we'll kind of walk through every strategy.
For sure. All right, let me share my screen here and
Alrighty.
preview here of the reporting tool that will be a TAT feature later this summer, hopefully.
Nice.
We'll get everything completely ready, but
so this feeds directly right into the back end of the user portal. When he or she logs in, basically they could see every TAT instance they run will feed right back into this reporting tool. And we're just going to be showcasing that one account that Kyle has been running for.
Yes.
The charity. Yeah. So let's see. How do we do? How do we do, big guy? So April? I'm seeing green.
I mean, it's green. So we've got green numbers. So that's the goal.
Okay.
Like you said, it was a little up and down. You can see the monthly calendar here. Definitely had some
one rough week. Eh? One rough week we had. It looks like the middle of the week was rough. Yeah.
Yeah. Had finished up nicely though. The 27th, 28th. That's actually where we made most of the money on the month in the last 3 days that we traded.
So on the 40K account, Kyle, what are we selling in premium total wise? What's the like? Are we selling 2%?
So we're selling around $1,000 a day.
So that's what, 2.5.
So right? Do the math on that. That's about 2.5%.
Yeah. Okay. That's still pretty conservative.
It is.
Yeah. It's nothing out of the ordinary. And we've modeled this. I remember we did run some numbers on this.
Yeah. So you can see we actually sold here in the premium capture. We sold a little over $18,000.
Okay.
Over
in 20, what is that? In 20, we didn't trade the last of the month, right? So and then one day was the big tech earnings. We didn't trade that either.
19 trading days. So we did not trade the 29th, which was FOMC, and also some bigger earnings days. And then we also didn't trade the 30th, which was the end of month,
right?
And, Apple earnings release as well, I believe. And when trading SPY and QQQ, the days that there are aftermarket earnings on those major tech stocks, in particular, the ones that are a huge percentage of S&P and QQQ, the decay on those options just stalls out basically all afternoon and makes it a lot harder to make money on those days.
Right.
So we typically try to avoid at least the big players on those days if we can.
Yeah, Mag 7 normally you'll see the cake completely stall for the last couple hours, so you're not really playing the full sort of decay curve on those days. So
big picture here. We made a little over $1,000, $1,044 on $40,000 account. Works out to be about 2.6% total return on the month.
Solid.
So again, could be better, could have been worse for the in market environment, the geopolitical environment that we're in at the moment. I'm pleased with how this turned out.
Right. I mean, listen, 2.5%. Come on. I mean, mind you, I think in April, I'm just looking at my charts. I think SPY did 10% in April, but that's just
there is but it went way down first before it came back up.
Absolutely. I think it was down like 6% in March, then up 10% in April. I mean, it's all over the place, right? Things are just kind of the Wild West right now, but that's good, solid returns, 2.5%. Show everybody the curve, Kyle. Let's see the drawdown curve. I personally everybody could stomach the wins. That's easy. Show us the drawdown curve.
Drawdown graph is here. The biggest drawdown we had was just over 2%, so about $880.
Okay.
through the 22nd of April, and then we made up basically all of that, or
No,
almost
yeah.
all of that, over
Beauty.
those last 3 days. So we didn't quite finish the month at the high. We had peaked earlier, at about 1,100, a little over $1,100, but we got back close to it, and hopefully
Okay.
May will go well, and we will head further up and to the right as we keep going.
Beauty. Let's drill down into the strategies we ran.
Of course. All right. So click on the
Okay,
strategy
let's
tab
take a
here.
look. Oh boy, I see one of my strategies is red. Oh boy.
We did have a red one. So the,
Oh
the big
boy.
the big winner of the month was the EMA strategies, made $920. So most of the total profit for the month, PCR of just under 18%. So
That's phenomenal.
can't
Yeah,
complain about that. We had, as we said,
that's
with the
incredible.
the overall market environment, we had a lot of pretty decent sized trend days where we headed up, most of the times we were moving big in April. So we caught a lot of those days with the EMA trend trades.
And then there's 6 entries, Kyle, or was that EMA for 6 entries?
Yes, so that is
Okay.
six entries a day.
You must
Same
have
time
picked the
every day.
perfect six. That's awesome. 17 PCR on EMA is incredible. Like
Yeah,
that's
so
above average on any back test you run.
that did well. That looked good. Um, yeah, definitely no complaints there. The QQQ MEIC entries did not fare quite as well. Had a below average win rate there for the month, 52.2%. But those kind of
I think
go.
slippage, maybe some slippage issues a little bit. Some rough days on slippage or
Yeah,
slippage.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think there was anything
Okay,
over the course of the entire month. I don't think there was any. The average
nothing abnormal. Got it.
was significantly abnormal. It's just we had, it kind of goes again, the correlation to the EMA trades kind of, they're to a degree, not correlated. So on those trending days where the EMAs did well, then we obviously got stopped out
Yeah,
more often
yeah.
than not on
On
one
the one
side of the
side of
MEIC
things, yeah, yeah,
trades.
yeah.
So, but still, positive is positive. So
What
we'll see if
it's
we
two
have
point.
more
What
of
is
those.
that? Two. Listen, 2 point. It's something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
two
yeah.
point six percent PCR on that.
Still
So
money.
that's probably below. Again, the EMA will probably overperform this month. The MEIC trades probably underperformed, and we
Yeah.
may well see
So,
the exact opposite happen next month.
yeah.
Just
Balance. It's all balance.
yep,
All right. The next two are the indicator trades, right? So the first two were the sort of the mechanical entry, sort of time picked,
yep,
and you're firing. Obviously MAIC's mechanical entry iron condors is just time based stuff, and EMA is also time based and just checking for a drift in either direction.
yep.
Now for GORB, that's an orb based strategy. And how did that do?
That one did really well.
Okay.
We didn't sell much premium with it because there were only 5 trades,
Yeah.
5 days that we traded that, but we won 80% of those. So 4 out of those 5 trades were winners, PCR of almost 45%.
Oh boy.
So you definitely cannot complain about that. I just wish we had sold more premium on those.
So I think what we decided for May, we doubled up on that strategy, right? Size wise.
We did, yeah.
Okay.
So this every one of these trades in April was just one contract, either in
Right.
SPY or QQQ. So since that ORB trade is just one entry a day, we went up, changed that to 2 contracts for our entries in May.
I think we could just run that trade by itself in full size and have a. I'm not messing around, but that's
maybe so. Probably not.
44
So.
PC. Listen, 45 PCR. That's
No,
good stuff.
that's incredible. So yeah, tell me a little bit more about kind of what we're looking for there and when that fires.
Yeah, so it is a gap-based orb strategy. So it's looking for a gap up or down, and then looking for a reversal. So if the market, let's say, gaps down, and then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, parties that be changed their mind and they're looking to run it back up and close the gap.
Yep.
This trade will look for that sort of signal.
Okay, so we're looking for the gap to get filled with those. And
in either direction. So in both directions. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, that worked out. Definitely can't complain about that at all.
Yeah, and logically, again, if you believe in like depending on if you follow like order flow or market theory, this aligns pretty well with like known order flow concepts. So I've applied the order flow knowledge that I have from my previous. I think I'm a super trader day looking at like bookmap into TAD
Yeah,
and tada.
it's
I think like listen, that's a good like that's an interesting point that any theory you have from a video you saw where your own trading can be easily applied to automation. Like, and this is a perfect example, right?
yep.
And Donshin, same thing. I've heard about Donshin years ago from like I think it was like a total. I think there's something called I think we talked about this. Did we talk about this last time?
Yeah, a
Turtle
little bit. Yeah,
strategy. Have you heard about the turtle strategy?
that I haven't.
So basically, some crazy good hedge fund guy bet his other hedge fund friends that he could take 30 people off the street
Okay.
and turn them into professional traders. And his buddies said, listen, most people will never follow the rules. They just like you could teach them exactly what to do, and like they just won't follow the rules. Like they'll follow the rules for a short while, and then eventually they'll be like, but I can't possibly go any higher, or I can't possibly go any lower type
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So that concept, that turtle trading concept, was born out of that. It was a bet that was actually, again, I could be messing up the details, but it was a bet, and then they brought on 30 people, and like a very, very small portion of them traded through it. So,
yeah. Well,
yeah.
I mean,
It's
we know
turtle
firsthand.
concept and Donshin are similar in terms of they're looking for price action breakouts based on a certain look back period.
Yeah,
That's where the concept is hedged from,
yeah.
derived from. Yeah.
Yeah, the interesting thing for me, and I think we talked about this when before we started, was I was going to be curious to see how the Donchian and the EMA, which are both sort of trend following
They
trades,
are. Yeah.
how they would perform. So I was actually kind of surprised at the end of the month here to see such a big divergence in how
Listen,
it worked.
in the defense of Donshin, which actually, listen, you know what? You're kind of right. 80. I thought, yeah, 87 shots on that, man. That's a lot of trades.
Yeah, I
Dang.
mean almost as many as the
Yeah.
six
Yeah.
EMA trades a day.
Yeah. It's more of a breakout strategy. It's like it's not. It's technically more of a breakout, but yeah. What did they do? Minus. Sorry, it's like a
Minus 8.6.
mm,
So
not
again,
ideal. Not ideal. But listen, it's some months it does extremely well, and
yeah,
this month it didn't do well. So
it may be the top dog in May. We will see.
now, what happens if it's okay? This is a good topic. What if it like 3 months in a row it's crapping out? Are we pulling it? The kids deserve better, Kyle.
I mean, you tell me. You're the indicator guy. I like my set it and forget it. Simple scheduled trades. So, but no, I think if we believe there's edge, as
No,
we've
there's. I
talked
mean,
about
that's
before, that you got to let the numbers play out, and you got
yeah,
to
yeah.
the large enough number of trades over a long enough period of time, and you'll should hopefully see the results that you're expecting.
We're filming this May 5th, I think, or May 4th, May 5th today, right?
Yeah, May 5th.
And today, Donchin, I think, was 100 PCR, right? So it's like
All right. Well, yeah.
we could listen. I've done extensive testing on this. I've ran it personally for at least a year now. It's a solid 10 PCR trade all day. And again, this is not the beauty of this trade. It's not really that curve fit. There is obviously some curve fitting in terms of like the look back period, but it's pretty resilient in all market conditions. We're not looking for any sort of specific gap, VIX, nothing. This is just like a strict price action type breakout indicator, which I've tested extensively. So I'm sticking by Donchin for now, but obviously if it
we're not pitching it one month in. I would say at a minimum, I like to look at things 6 months at a time.
Yeah.
Make changes to my schedule or my strategy in January and in July if I'm going to. But the last 12 to 18 months, I haven't done much other than tweak some entry times strategy wise. But so we definitely will not pull the rug, 1 month in here. So we'll give it 2-3 months,
Gotcha.
see where we are, and I expect we'll probably leave all of this in here if we think we've got a little more room in the account that we can add a couple other smaller trades along the way. We'll definitely consider doing that. But
Yeah, and like I want to talk to you about that for May, right? So I think not only for the kids, but I want to bring some attention to the fact that we can do debit trades, obviously, with the tool. So I'm going to be throwing in a debit trade uh, into the mix. Obviously, doesn't use much buying power at all. Perfect for the setup.
yep,
Completely uncorrelated. And I think you've talked about showcasing the new tickers we're going to be launching, so the Mag 7 stuff, and potentially bringing a double calendar into like an Apple or Microsoft type scenario, right?
we'll do a little more testing, see what we
Okay.
can find. But yeah, we definitely have people that trade calendars, double calendars with Trade Automation Toolbox. So we will, yeah, I think we can definitely, again, be those being a debit trade, not very capital intensive. So I think
Right.
we could, and typically something you're probably only trading, once a week. So should be pretty easy to
Yeah.
maybe fit a calendar trade or two in here as
Okay.
well.
So I think let's do this. Let's finish testing those two trades in May, and then obviously you'll also have the ability. Well, at least our beta tab will have the ability to start testing like an Apple or like a Microsoft, and let's add those for May, or sorry, test those for May and maybe add those for June 1st, so we can have like a clean go at it as of June 1st, and we could
Yep.
share how that does. Because I would hate to add it middle of May type of thing, and like
No.
yeah,
I like running the full month of
yeah,
everything. I think we'll
same,
run May as is with these
yeah,
same core strategies.
yeah,
Have another nice month of results. Check things out first
beauty,
week of June. See how May went, and then let everybody know kind of what we found and what we're going to add to the mix, if anything, in June.
sounds good. And all the stuff is available now, so anything that we're running now is going to be available.
Yeah,
Yeah,
anybody could be
yeah,
trading any of these things with their current TAT subscription and the indicators, webhooks that we
yeah,
make available.
yeah. And all the instructions are already on YouTube. So
Yep.
okay.
Yeah. Anything else you want to look at here? That's basically how.
Do you know what? One thing I do want to look at, I do like to look at myself. So if you go to EMA, for example, which did killer, can you show me how well calls did versus puts? Or I'm assuming all the money was made on puts. I'm just curious.
Let's see. So, filter down by strategy. So
Yeah.
we'll look just at the EMAs. So all right. So we got $920 total.
Wow,
101 of
your
that
calls were even green?
was call spread, and 819 was puts. So
Incredible.
most
Whatever,
of the money was puts, but even on the call side, now
you're
granted
green.
there were only 42 call spreads versus 70 put spreads. So
That's fine.
we definitely did more puts than calls on the month, but yeah, I can't complain about that.
Usually in an aggressive up month like we had, right? I would expect calls to like
Yeah, well, I
be
mean, the idea is that the checking the EMA keeps you from taking those trades when it's
okay. Let's compare that to MAIC then.
All right, so the MEIC. All right, call
There we
spread
go.
there.
There it is.
There it is. We knew it was in there. Oop. Minus
Minus 14.
600. Yeah, and then on the other side, put spreads made
Solid.
$900. So
Solid.
just as we expected there.
Yep.
We made money on the puts. We had a lot of calls get stopped out.
Yeah.
Made just enough extra on the puts that
to stay positive.
We were green on the month, so that's the goal, that you're can do well enough. So things still can turn out green even if one side of the trade doesn't perform as well as the other.
Yep. Nice. And yeah, again, it makes sense, right? The key to all this trading stuff is it's got to make sense too.
Yep.
So all these results make sense, even though Daunchen doesn't make sense. I mean, we were trending, but we did have some wild days. So who knows?
We did.
Okay.
All right.
Listen, I'm expecting May to be even stronger. So let's go. Let's keep this going. We got 1,000 in the books for the kids already.
We
I'd
do.
like to double that up by end of May, at least. At least.
I mean, that's a nice round number. I like that. If we could do that every month, I'll be pleased. But I think there's, on a really good month, I think we got room to do even better than that.
I agree with you.
So,
Okay, great,
all right.
great catching up, and then we'll talk again and give the May results.
Sounds good. We'll see
All
you
right.
all in early June.
Yep. Take care, guys.
All right.